Hey everyone! Did you hear about the latest Formula 1 news? The Mercedes team is impressed by the Red Bull's RB19 and its lowered height, seeing it as a great advantage. Guys, before we move on to the video, don't forget to hit the like. Mercedes' understanding of Red Bull's Formula 1 car for 2023 is that its height is a major advantage, almost impossible to replicate. Since the performance in preseason testing last week at the Bahrain circuit, which will host the opening race of the season in the coming days, a question has echoed throughout Formula 1. What exactly is so different about Red Bull's car? Faster than the others, and without presenting any reliability problems, the RB19 impressed. And some find an answer in its height. On the final day of testing, typically the day when the fastest times are recorded, Sergio Perez led with 1 minute and 30.305 seconds, just over 0.3s ahead of Lewis Hamilton and the Mercedes W14. But are these values real? It is well known that it is difficult to understand the real performance in tests like these, because each team works with different and secret engine mappings, fuel loads, and the like. How would Red Bull's response be adjusted to the reality of all rivals on the same level? According to a survey by the German magazine Automotor und Sport, the final result of the last day of testing is not a precise benchmark for the advantage of the Red Bulls. It is not enough. The survey shows that Red Bull has a real advantage of 0.2s to 0.4s over Ferrari, depending on conditions, and an impressive 0.6s over Mercedes. In addition, the advantage for Ferrari is likely to stretch even further over a longer race distance, as the Ferraris continue to have more tire wear. The reasons recorded by the publication paint an interesting picture of the public positions of Formula 1 team bosses since last year. Christian Horner, Red Bull's team principal, was vehemently opposed to the FIA's guidelines aimed at reducing or eliminating porpoising, the bouncing of cars caused by the way airflow interacts with ground effect cars. Toto Wolff, Mercedes team principal, who suffered publicly from porpoising, was the one who opposed the FIA's changes. The situation even led to a profanity-laced argument captured by Netflix cameras in the recently released season of Drive to Survive. The two had big fights behind the scenes even though the teams hardly met on the track during the year. The reason for this? The fact that Red Bull managed to make a car that does not bounce, a design by Adrian Newey, who is an expert in ground effect, is a prime factor in the construction of a dominant car. Because, in addition, it allowed the energy drink team to design a car that runs extremely low. They, Red Bull, are 10 millimeters lower than everyone else. If we had a car that low, the entire underbody of the car would break, according to an AIM-US source within Mercedes. In addition to being able to make a car much closer to the ground than others, there are other points that have been publicly addressed by Mercedes protagonists. They can brake later, accelerate much sooner, and gain an incredible amount of time with better traction, Wolff said. If we entered the corners like that, we wouldn't even get to the fastest point, he said. And Hamilton is also concerned about straight-line speed. It was an issue last year throughout the calendar. Our bouncing is almost gone. It still appears sometimes, but most of the time it doesn't exist, which improves everything, but we still have to find straight-line speed. We have to work on some things. It's not perfect yet, and we're not at the level of Red Bull or Ferrari, he concluded. Either way, ready or not, the championship between Red Bull. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting news and updates.